Kavya, my voice is clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, no. Interrupts. Okay. Okay. Multiple IO devices may be connected. There is a chance that for each processor we have connected a keyboard and printer, mouse and speakers like that. We have connected so many IO devices, IO peripherals to the processor, keyboard, printer, monitor and speaker like that, and mouse like that. Okay. And all the devices are operated independently. All the devices, that is keyboard, printer, monitor, speaker, all these devices are operated independently. And one device operation does not disturb the other device's operation. They are independently operated. One device operation does not disturb the operation of the other devices. Okay. And there is a chance that at a time two devices are sending the interrupt signal to the processor. Okay, that is requesting the operation, the keyboard operation or printer operation or speaker operation. Like let us take two devices, the keyboard and printer. Both devices are requesting the operation to the processor. Both devices are sending the interrupt request to the processor at the same time. Okay, then how the processor recognizing the interrupts and which device is serviced first and which device is serviced second. Out of the two devices, which device serviced first and which device serviced second. For this one, we have to assign the devices, the keyboard, the printer, monitor, mouse, and speaker. All the devices are operated in a priority basis. Okay, we are giving the priority levels to the devices. All the devices are operated in a priority manner. This one. IO devices are organized in a priority structure. Okay, nothing but the devices we have given keyboard, monitor, printer like that, speaker, mouse like that. There are so many devices are there, and we have to given the priority levels, highest priority to the least priority. Highest priority is given to the high speed device. Okay, highest priority is given to the high speed devices. High speed ఉన్న device కి highest priority ఇస్తారు. Low speed ఉన్న device కి least priority ఇస్తారు. The device which highest high speed is given highest priority. The device which has lowest speed is given least priority. The printer or magnetic disk highest priority. Okay, it can store blocks of data. That's why it is given highest priority. Next, the printer and character reader and keyboard. The keyboard is the least priority. Generally, the keyboard is the least priority, very slow device. Okay, and printer highest priority. IO devices are organized in a priority structure means that one. Okay, the devices were given the priority levels depending on the speed of the device. Highest speed we have to given highest priority. For low speed we have given least priority. A priority level is assigned to a processor that can be changed under program control. Generally, the priority levels are also changed according to the program control by the processor if required. Okay, we have to give the priority levels. That is, నాకు కీబోర్డ్కి హైయెస్ట్ priority కావాలనుకున్నాను. we have to change that one by using a program control instruction. We have to change the priority levels of the devices. Okay, అంటే యాక్చువల్గా అయితే స్పీడ్ని బట్టి డిపెండ్ అయి ఉంటుంది. అలా కాకుండా మీకు కావాల్సిన విధంగా కావాలనుకున్నప్పుడు మీ ప్రయారిటీ లెవెల్స్ చేంజ్ చేయాల్సి అనుకున్నప్పుడు దెర్ ఇస్ ఎ ఛాన్స్ ఫర్ టు చేంజ్ ద ప్రయారిటీ లెవెల్స్ బై ద ప్రాసెసర్ ఓన్లీ. ఓకే, and priority level of a processor is the priority of the program that is currently being executed. Okay, highest priority nothing but if the device is sending the interrupt signal, the processor has to perform that operational because this is highest priority కాబట్టి. Okay, when a processor starts executing the interrupt service routine of a device, its priority is raised to that of the device. Okay, when a processor executing the service routines of any device, as a state keyboard or monitor of any interrupt service device, its priority is raised to that of the if the device sending an interrupt request has highest priority than the processor accepts the interrupt request. Okay, if the device sending an interrupt request has highest priority than the processor accepts the interrupt request. Okay, interrupt processor కన్నా highest priority ఉన్న device interrupt చేస్తే కనుక processor ఏం చేస్తుంది, it accepts the interrupt. Okay, processor priority is encoded in a few bits of the processor status register. Okay, the priority levels are given by represented in the status registers. Okay, priorities can be changed by instruction that write into the processor status register. Status register లో మీకు బిట్స్ ఉంటాయి, దాని ప్రకారం we have to given the priority levels. ఓకే, కీబోర్డ్ కి లిస్ట్ priority ఇవ్వాలనుకున్నప్పుడు దానికి ఒక స్టాటస్ లిస్టర్ లో దాని బిట్ మారుస్తారు అన్నమాట. లైక్ దట్ ఫర్ డివైజెస్ ద priority levels are changed in the status register. Usually these are privileged instructions or instructions that can be executed only in the supervisor mode. Okay, the processor is used in two modes. One is user mode, another one is supervisor mode. User mode and supervisor mode. The processor is executed in two modes. One is user mode, another one is supervisor mode. The processor executes the user written programs. It will be in the user mode. When the processor executes the programs related to user written programs are executed in user mode. And supervisor mode, when the processor is transferred to supervisor mode, when the processor executes the service routines of IO devices. IO device input output devices సంబంధించిన సర్వీస్ రొటీన్స్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేసేటప్పుడు the processor is changed to supervisor mode. Okay, normally the processor is in the user mode because it executes the programs in the memory లో programs execute చేసుకుంటూ ఉంటుంది. Nothing but programs I think user written program. So the processor may be in the user mode. Processor అనేది user mode లో ఉంటుంది. When an interrupt is generated, IO device is sending the interrupt signal, then the processor is shifted to user mode to supervisor mode by a supervisor call instruction. Okay, instruction is there. Using that instruction, the processor is changed to user mode to supervisor mode. Okay, usually there are privileged instructions or instruction that can be executed only in supervisor mode. The IO service routines instructions అన్ని కూడా supervisor mode లోనే execute అవుతాయి. Okay, privileged instructions cannot be executed in the user mode. The IO service routine instructions అనేవి user mode లో execute అవ్వవు. Only user written programs మాత్రమే processor executes in the user mode. Prevents a user program from accidentally or intentionally changing the priority of the processor. ఎందుకంటే ఆ మోడ్ ఎందుకు చేంజ్ చేస్తారంటే యూజర్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ అనేవి ప్రివెంట్స్ ఏ యూజర్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ మనం రాసిన ప్రోగ్రామ్ యాక్సిడెంటల్ గా కానీ ఇంటెన్షనల్ గా కానీ చేంజ్ చేయకుండా ఉండడానికి సేఫ్ సైడ్ ఉంచడానికి ప్రాసెసర్ అనేది యూజర్ మోడ్లో ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తుంది యూజర్ లాగిన ప్రోగ్రామ్. ఓకే, దిస్ ఈజ్ priority is given in a serial method. Okay, daisy chain method. How the priority is given to the processor. Device 1, device 2, device P. They were connected P devices. Each device has separate interrupt request and interrupt acknowledgement. So, प्रति device की INTR1, INTA1, INTR interrupt request line, INTA interrupt acknowledgement line for first device. Similarly, INTR2 it does not show actually INTR2 and INTA2. Okay, for device 2, interrupt request to interrupt acknowledgement to. And device P, interrupt request for P and interrupt acknowledgement for P3 device. Each device will have separate request line, separate acknowledgement line. In relation now, each interrupt request line is assigned to a different priority level. Okay, the interrupt request levels are the arrow marks. You move these three request lines are if there are 8 devices, there are 8 request lines are there. And each request lines are as given to the different priority levels. The request lines you have to give in priority levels. Like priority encoder idea on the encoder ki priority encoder ki 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inputs are there, 3 outputs are there. Encoder. If 0 input is activated, the output must be 0, 0, 0. If 6 input is activated, output will be 1, 1, 0. Whatever the data input we have to activated, that input is encoded in the encoder. 0 input activate cheste output will be 0, 0, 0. 6th input activate cheste output will be 1, 1, 1, 0. Like it encodes whatever the input is activated in the input lines. Okay, and if at a time 2 inputs, first input and 5th input, both are activated at a time, then each input is encoded depending on priority levels of the input. Okay, here you are giving the priority levels to the inputs. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ఉన్నాయి చూసారా, ఈ ఇన్పుట్స్ కి మనం ప్రయారిటీ లెవెల్స్ ఇస్తారు. 0 is the least priority, 7 is the highest priority. జనరల్ గా కొన్ని ఎన్కోడర్స్ లో అయితే 0 is the highest priority and 7 is the least priority. You have to give the priority levels to the inputs 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 0కి లీస్ట్ ప్రయారిటీ, జనరల్ గా 7 హైయెస్ట్ ప్రయారిటీ ఉంటుంది. అలా కాకుండా డిజైన్ చేసేటప్పుడు 0 హైయెస్ట్ ప్రయారిటీ అని ఇవ్వచ్చు, 7కి లీస్ట్ ప్రయారిటీ. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు if at a time 2 inputs are activated, 1 and 5 both are activated, and 0 is the least priority and 7 is the highest priority అనుకోండి. నార్మల్ డిజైన్ లో 0 లీస్ట్ ప్రయారిటీ, 7 హైయెస్ట్ ప్రయారిటీ. ఇప్పుడు 0 ఫస్ట్ ఇన్పుట్, 5th input at a time both are activated. Then out of the 2 inputs which will be encoded, then the encoder decides 1 or 5 depending on the priority levels. 5 highest priority compared to first input. So 5th input only NA101 is encoded. 5th input మాత్రమే encode అవుతుంది, not first input, because 5th has the highest priority than 1 input. Okay, the priority encoder. We are given the priority levels to the encoder inputs. Like that, the request lines, these are given to the processor input ki, these inputs అనమాట processor inputs. ఆ inputs కి highest priority levels ఉంటాయి. Okay, each interrupt request line each interrupt request has assigned a different priority level. Interrupt request received over these lines are sent to a priority arbitration circuit in the processor. ఈ సర్క్యూట్ ఏమంటారంటే ఆర్బిట్రేషన్ సర్క్యూట్ అండి. ఓకే, if the interrupt request has highest priority level than the priority of the processor, then the request is accepted. Okay. If the interrupt request has the highest priority level than the priority of the processor కన్నా highest priority request వస్తే కనుక then the processor ఏం చేస్తుంది, ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఇంటరప్ట్ చేసి it accept the interrupt from the device. Okay, which interrupt request does the processor accept if it receives interrupt request from two or more devices simultaneously? ఒకేసారి టూ డివైస్ కనుక సైమల్టేనియస్ వస్తే రిక్వెస్ట్ ఏం చేయాలి? Two or more devices simultaneously. If two devices are requesting the interrupt to the processor. So one device 4. Let us take for both devices INTR activate at the same time. Which interrupt request does the processor accept? And appudu processor అనేది which request is accepted by the processor. The device are organized in a priority structure. The processor accepts the interrupt request from a device with the highest priority. Actually, device 1 INTR1 input highest priority and device P input least priority. So first device and fourth device both are at a time sending the interrupt. The device 1 highest priority కాబట్టి the device 1 యొక్క INTR మాత్రమే యాక్సెప్ట్ చేస్తుంది అండ్ డివైస్ 4 యొక్క INTR ని యాక్సెప్ట్ చేయండి బికాస్ INTR device organized in the priority structure. The processor accepts the interrupt request from highest priority. Each device is one interrupt request and interrupt acknowledge line. ప్రతి device కి independent గా request acknowledgement lines ఉంటాయి. If the priority level is assigned to the interrupt request line of each device, we are given the interrupt request lines ki highest priority level ఇస్తారు. These lines ki priority levels ఇస్తారు. One request highest priority, P ki least priority. Okay. So each device a different priority level is assigned to the interrupt request line of each device. However, if device share interrupt request line, then how does the processor decide which interrupt request to accept? Okay. There are two techniques are there, serial method and parallel method. This is parallel, this is serial method. Okay. If two devices are requesting మేడం ఫోన్ చేశారా మేడం the device share an interrupt request line. How does the processor decide which interrupt request to accept? If at a time two requests are రెండు కూడా ఓకే సార్ టూ డివైస్ ఇంటర్ పంపిస్తే విచ్ డివైస్ సర్వీస్ ఫస్ట్. ఓకే, దానికి there are priority interrupt అన్నమాట. The concept is called priority interrupt. The priority interrupts maybe discussed in the next class. Okay, thank you. షేర్ అడ్రస్ పంపించమ్మా.
ఓకే సార్.